are you today, Ayush?
I'm doing great after the Wi-Fi issue. I'm doing great.
Yeah, that's right. You had some issues with your connection. So if Ayush goes offline, it's not because he's quitting because he's making too much money. It's actually most likely because his internet, although he's probably still making money from trading though, because he knows a thing or two about ICT concepts. And apparently ICT concepts are the only way to trade, if you ask some people out there. I don't know if I agree, but who am I? Who am I to tell? I'm not an ICT trader. Guys, let me know in the comments. Are you... Sorry, what?
Even I don't agree that that's the only way to trade.
It's not the only way to trade, no. But I've seen a lot of people saying that it's the best way to trade, and a lot of people very profitable doing so. Let me know in the guys, not in the guys. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think about ICT. Are you an ICT trader? And do you think it's profitable? Do you think ICT traders are profitable out there on average? And oh yeah, okay. Glenn says, I'm sure Ayush bank balance will tell. Yep, he's. I haven't seen it though, but it's supposed to be massive. Supposed to be legendary. Tarax says ICT equals I can't trade, and Memdex says ICT is good. That's kind of like what I'm expecting here today. We got 50-50 saying like ICT is trash, and the other one saying ICT is basically the trading god, the mentor of your mentor. I don't know about that.
It's gonna be a fun stream.
What's the difference between ICT and SMC?
Both are the same concept, but someone named it differently and started selling it, so both are same. Nothing new about it.
Oh, okay, interesting. So it's basically all technical analysis. I assume there's no magic to it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
real life traders. Go ahead.
Yeah. So. Hello guys, today I'm going to break down my trading strategy, which is inspired by ICT concept, but with a lot of personal simplification and tweaking. First of all, I want to make it clear that I do not use every single ICT concept out there, which you see on YouTube and also in his YouTube channel, because there are tons of videos. I think the length of a single video is 1 or 2 hours, and the actual content is of only 10 minutes or 15, and rest 70 or 90 minutes says he's talking about some other stuff which is not even related to trading. So I think this is your backbone when you will start learning his video for first week and second week and third. The third week, your backbone will look something like this if you'll try to copy everything he has on his YouTube channel.
What are you talking about? Backbone? Yeah, I get it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the posture will get terrifying.
Yeah, I've heard that. Oh, you're upside down. Look at that. That's what happens when you trade ICT comps. It's just rotating around. It's like you're making so much money. It's crazy. Look at that. That's crazy. Not even. Surely this is Roman in the background doing something.
He was doing the inverse for
someone in the background. I thought like no, this is the market gods. They're coming like, oh, they're talking shit about ICT. Let's you know. I've heard. I haven't seen any of ICT's courses or mentorship or anything, but I've heard that he likes to go on these rants sometimes and just
not sometimes,
talk about everything else.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I think yesterday he retired from trading for the 5th time on Twitter, and I think we'll see him again on his account. Anyways, so when I started trading, I also came across the ICT route, like many beginners do, and mainly Gen Z, I feel. And honestly, my biggest mistake at the time was thinking that learning everything would make me a better trader and a faster one. I approach trading the same way we approach school and colleges. Like, if I show you everything, I'll automatically get good results. But in trading, work the opposite way. If you try to learn and apply every single concept at once, your performance usually becomes worse, not better. Over time, I started simplifying things. Right now, there are many ICT concepts everywhere, like FVGs, IFVGs, MMXM, and Enigma. Something I really hate about, like, uh, see, the thing is that in ICT community, we see a lot of people writing a lot of things on their chart and behaving like there is something they know about markets we don't, and we are stupid, right? That's where the hate starts coming from. So but one thing I realized very early, that the most of the concept eventually point to the same idea. So I asked myself, if everything leads to the same place, why not make it simple? That's when I started focusing on every type of. So I stopped focusing on every type of order blocks and started focusing mainly on wicks, which we have on our charts. We don't really have some rules that you have to mark this, you have to mark that, then it will become supply and it will become zone. Like, we have many types of order blocks, like order block, mitigation block, breaker block. And eventually, if you will have a lot of stuff going on in your head just for supply and demand, your ability of executing trade in CFD or in any market will get really bad. This is what I have experienced. So what I did is, so now the main focus is, there are very simple power concept. I use power of three, strength and weakness, and supply demand, which I use it differently, not as an ICT trader, but I use just wicks and correlation. My version of supply and demand is basically building around wicks based zone instead of complicating block system. I also use volume profile heavily, even though it's not a part of ICT, and I'll cover that properly in the another video thing. Things like value area high, value area low, something like that, all of that. But it is just to make my confluences much more proper than just focusing on some gaps and like expecting that we'll get some move from that. But instead, I like to get some proper limit orders from the MMT charts and all, right? So right now, you guys can see normal Bitcoin chart on my trading view. I'm not using any indicator. I do use on lower time frame. The best concept I use in ICT is power of three, right? Which is nothing but, let me show you guys with. Okay, so there are two type of candles. One is bearish, open, high, low and close, which indicates a bearish candle. And another one is open, low, high, close, which is an example for bullish candle. And this is something I picked from a lot of concept of ICT. And I know that he have something like ANVOG and ANDOG. Let's ask Jonathan, have you ever heard about ANDOG and ANVOG? An ICT wording of some concept?
Dog. A dog.
I've
heard about dogs, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's an animal.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
That's nothing but gap, the gap we have in the indices in futures market at the opening. They call it ANVOG and ANDOG. Yeah, Jonathan is right that the only thing we know and he knows is dog, a creature with 4 legs, right? So coming back to the topic, so this is what
sometimes
I mainly focus
less
on.
than 4 legs.
So what kind of dog you have in your country?
I'm sure you have dogs with 3 legs in your country as well.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what.
I mean, a dog can lose a leg, and then it's a 3-legged dog.
Oh my god, that's deep.
It's not really. It's not very deep. It's pretty clear. Whatever. Go forward with your concept here.
Okay, yeah. So what I basically focus is on, like, if price is above the opening point of the candle, I mainly look for long. And if price is below the opening point, I look for shorts. And let's talk about let's quickly talk about the supply and demand zone I mark. Just not just wicks. Let's go on 4 hour. You guys can see I have marked some areas which, okay, this is not something I mark, but let me give you guys some example. And so yeah, you guys can see that this black line is nothing but the opening price of the weekly candle presenting on 4 hour, and that is time frame alignment. So if we have weekly candle open, it will display on 4 hour. Daily candle open, it will display on 1 hour. And if I go on 15-minute, it will display the 4 hour opening. So let's say if we are above the opening of the 4 hour candle, I'll mostly look for longs. Not always, there are some other confluences which I add, but this is a basic idea of how to use the opening price of candle with time frame alignment. For weekly, I use 4 hour because 4 hour gives me enough idea for intraday trades in crypto, and don't like to go below 15 or 5-minute because I think crypto is something which is more of like intraday and swing trading instead of scalping. Scalping is something for futures market. Okay, and also I use correlation between Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now, what is a correlation? Understanding the strength and weakness between two pairs. It can be Bitcoin with some other pair as Solana, or you can put any pair which copies the same movement as Bitcoin. Right? So you guys can see that the move on Bitcoin of bull is much more larger than, let me mark it out, than Ethereum. So we can get an idea that Bitcoin is a good pair, was really good for longs here instead of Ethereum. If you could have went long in Ethereum, the target is very short, but in Bitcoin, it was much more larger. So that is where it helps me to get some more points or more target to achieve. And it really changed the way I trade. And also it depends on the risk to reward. You guys have seen me doing 1:1. So if I plan longs here, it will look something like this. So I don't like to trade, which you guys see on internet about ICT traders, something like this, stop loss of some ant leg and take profit like a camel head. This is something I hate to watch on internet, people and saying that they are really profitable with this risk to reward, which is stupid. Yeah, so 1:1 is something which works well with many strategies and plus ICT. Now, so let me show you guys the Doge trade as well, which we took on Friday live, and some guy was asking that what I'm looking for. So on 4 hour, we had just this area full of X. Let me break down this area. You guys will understand that what I actually use as an ICT trader. And so we have this area of full of X. So I'm expecting this to act as a support area. If price is going to break below, I'll go short. If we react from, if I get some bullish reaction from there, I'll go long. Okay. So now let's go on 15-minute and look what we had. Price was pulling downward aggressively, and I went 1:76, a small scalp, which I and a viewer took, and he was actually asking about the bias, and that includes the Bitcoin and Ethereum strength and weakness as well, right? So my main focus is to understand where the daily open is, right? And you guys are thinking that why we are getting this reaction from, it is nothing but this wick. Instead of forcing some rules, which I don't think so anyone likes to follow in trading, that if you have XYZ thing here, then only you can mark, or it will not, it's not going to work. But for me, I kept it simple that, okay, if we have wick, I'm going to use it as support. And if you have wick above the candle, I'm going to use it as supply zone. Like we have this area. Let me show you guys what it is. Nothing but on monthly time frame, it is just a wick turned into a supply zone, and we got really nice reaction from there. Now, instead of naming this thing with some fancy word and labeling it as a new concept is better to keep it simple, right? And make a rule that, okay, if you have 2 candles, mark wicks and it will work. If you have 1 candle, no, it will not work. No, if you have wicks, it should work. Only thing we need to understand is it worked as support on 1st November 2025, but then after closing of the first Jan 2026 candle, it became resistance. And in order to go above, we have to cross this price higher. And this is my next supply zone, which is nothing but another wick. And the thing with order block and breaker blocks is that price is always not going to come near those areas and give you a trade. Like, let me mark something out. And I actually forgot how to mark an order block, but let's say that this is where you might be thinking price would come and you can go longs from here. But as a beginner, if you start forcing setups, like if price will enter this order block, then only I will enter, you will become very bad executor as a trader. You will mostly miss some trades or just always wait for some setups to form, which is right in ICT concept terms. So what I did is, instead of waiting for price to hit some levels, I started reacting with just wicks, and really helping me a lot. Now I'm looking at chat, and if you guys have some similar experience with ICT, let me know, right? And we'll go much more deeper if there is some.
Let's pause there a minute. You said, if price comes down into that order block, you will have, bad fails, or you get bad execution. So why not wait for price to get into that order block?
So to be honest, this is something I used to do in beginning when I learned about the order blocks. And what I saw is that I was trading much better before learning about order blocks, because I was getting in trade before some sort of rules, because they have some rules like, if this is a bull leg, for bull order block we have to mark the bearish candle and all of that everything was making it much more harder for me to understand, okay, why should I mark this candle or this candle? Oh, am I marking it right or wrong? Many doubts and many misconception was creating in my head. So I started thinking that, okay, it is not really helping me out. So whenever I used to wait for price to hit some certain area, 99% of time price never reached there. That's why I stopped using it. Instead, I started I did some tweaking and started using the power of 3 concept instead of everything which is there on internet. And the same way SMC people also mark the demand and supply area, but I don't know why people are marking a candle with a full body instead of a wick. And you should use something which is already printed on charts. For example, if you have many rejected candles over here, then why not mark it as a support zone? And if price is going to break lower, we can simply use it as resistance, and we can plan a trade from here. And if you're going to react from the support area, we can go longs. So that's what made sense for me after blowing a lot of accounts in CFD. And finally, so I started getting payouts after I created my own way of understanding how supply and demand works and stopped using fair value gaps. Instead of that, I started using the volume profile and matching it with what actual fair value gap is in actual fair value gap. Not every FVG is going to work for you, and I respect if you're using the IFVG concept, but for me, one thing is always working well is just wicks.
So you said that not all fair value gaps or FVGs are good. So do you have any ways to determine which ones are good FVGs and which ones are or bad. And by the way, also before you answer that, guys, remember that this week is a special 1K celebration week, which means we're celebrating the fact that we got 1K subscribers on the YouTube channel. So we're going to be giving away, we're doing a massive giveaway. So this whole week we're giving away accounts with a value of over $350,000 in evaluation account in funded value. So I do have a link for you guys. Let me see if I can find that right now. I do have a link to a giveaway tool that we have. So I want you guys to go into that one and sign up if you haven't already. I will link it in the chat right now and pin that comment as well. And so this giveaway will be drawn on Thursday when we have Brett, which is the co-founder and CEO of Tradeify. He's going to come on the live stream this Thursday, and during his appearance, we will be announcing the winners of that giveaway. And we're also going to be doing giveaways throughout the live streams here live as well. So make sure you go in and check that link, and also hit the like of today's live stream, and we will be doing some giveaways. Okay, so back to the question: what determines if a fair value gap is a good one or not?
Okay, so how I like to use fair value gaps and supply and demand zone is that I use the order book which we have on MMT, where at each price we see what amount of limit order we have. So let's, for an example, let's make an assumption that in this, near this fair value gap, we have, okay, let me get brush. Okay, so for example, at this price, we have a lot of sell limit orders placed. So that's where I'm gonna look for some reaction for actual sell. So I always like to use it in a way, or maybe to understand that this fair value gap is going to work, I will look for some volume bubbles. If we get good, let's say in fair value gap we get really good volume bubble, and instead of price going up, we absorb buyers and come back lower from this FVG, then this is something which I call it this is a perfect FVG to get trades from. So when I have no big trades in FVG or no limit orders in FVG, I usually expect nothing to happen in that area. So that's how I started understanding that if you are going to stick with one strategy and concept, and this is one thing I've seen on internet about ICT traders, they will never admit that there are better things on internet than ICT. They have, I don't know, that some sort of mental disorder that we know Enigma and we know something that you don't. But this is every profitable ICT trader you guys see on internet use a very simple setup. Instead of writing tons of things on chart and explaining that why price from 80.626, I took long from there and cut it here because we had some animal here. That's why there was some sort of dinosaur. That's why I closed it. And this is something which really gives dopamine to beginners, and they get trapped into their Discord or course something. And after that, they understand that we need to spend time on chart and understand how candle works than using some magic strategy. And I'm talking about myself. That guy is me.
I think that's a very important thing you just mentioned, because I do feel like a lot of people, they come into trading and they are an example here I can take from my own trading, and especially when I'm doing these live streams. Sometimes I'm in the live stream here and I get a question like, what model are you trading, or what system are you trading? It's sort of like if there were, it's kind of like people come into the world of trading and then they think they can just go into the trading system shop and just pick a system from the shelf, go to the store, pay for it, and then you walk out and are like, okay, I have this specific model to be trading. And it's such a simplified way of looking at trading and looking at technical analysis and trading system, it's not about one specific system to trade. It's about having a holistic view of trading and technical analysis, and then finding your niche and finding your personality and combining all of these different things. You will never find a trader out there that says, oh, I'm trading this specific system, and you can find this specific system if you go to this website and you buy it here, blah blah blah. That's not how it works. Every single trader out there that is successful has their own unique way of trading the market, and it's going to be evolving. You ask a professional trader, he's going to tell you that his trading is never the same as it was 2 years ago, right? It's always going to be quite different. We're on my screen now, but you know what? Let's get back to your screen if you have anything else you want to show there. So far we talked a little bit about order blocks. We talked a little about fair value gaps. Is there any other concepts that you feel is something that you've taken from ICT and kind of try to apply to your own trading?
Yeah, so like I said, that I use the opening prices as supply and demand zone. As you guys can see, that this indicator is marking the black line indicates the opening price of daily candle. So it's like 8 p.m. Friday, 8 May is the opening of daily open. And yeah, guys, the first video of supply and demand zone is going to be out soon. I think next week. I think Jonathan will give you guys some better idea that when it will release, but I have talked much more deeper about how to use opening price and supply demand just wicks. Okay, so I use the opening price as supply demand. If price is just below over it, I'll wait for some retrace and continuation lower into next demand zone. And that's the best thing I have got from ICT. And also, if I show you guys some reactions which you are getting right now, that I always never ignore the wicks of the previous candle on daily time frame, because they really act really well as the support area. So like something like this, I'm going to use it on lower time frame, and on 1 hour, on 15 minute, I look for some sort of setup. But right now we are in a very slow range. That's why I'm just waiting for proper reaction. And the strength and weakness is also known as SMT, where I'm saying strength and weakness is something which really makes sense. But if I'll tell you smart money technique, then this is something which I can't explain, that okay, what is smart, what is technique, and what is SMT, so instead of calling it that, let's keep it simple, that which pair is going to take the swing high first is better for longs, which pair is going to take the lower low or previous swing low first is good for shorts. That's where the pair was weaker, which is Ethereum, right? From many weeks, and also on every single live stream, I say only one thing, that Ethereum is weaker from last many weeks, which we can see on the daily time frame. We are in a very bad range. The only pair which is good for shorts, and Bitcoin is the only pair which is good for longs. You guys can see that there is a very big difference between the kind of candle we have, the rejection and everything. So that's what I use. So you are not going to get always a proper liquidity sweep or a swing low setup. Let me show you guys. This is what mainly you will see on internet about SMT. That okay, so let's say on the left I have, let me turn it blue so we can understand that it is Ethereum, and on right let me turn it orange so you can understand it is Bitcoin. So this is same swing low, same timing on both pairs, and one took the low and another did not. But this is something is not going to be present on chart every single time. So what I started doing is that instead of forcing myself for a proper drawing or maybe for proper pattern or proper setup, I just wait for candle to reach some sort of like swing points. So let's say, let me mark the swing points, and let's say we have a bull candle printing and closing above this swing point, but same candle was there on Ethereum. instead of closing above the swing point, it closed near this area. So this indicates that Bitcoin is really aggressive to take the buy side swing high instead of Ethereum. Good pair to go longs with, right? So I stopped marking the SMTs and swing lows and started focusing on volatile volume candle, and also you started using the big trades, which really gives me enough and really good clarity that now we have big players coming in, we are above point of control, and we are good to go till value area high. And yeah, that's how I use the strength and weakness. So mainly my main focus on chart is power of 3, strength and weakness, and marking supply demand zone on both pairs. And we know that Bitcoin is every altcoin follows Bitcoin movement, but I've seen many times when Ethereum is in some sort of key zone, let's say Ethereum is in higher time frame support and we have nothing on Bitcoin, still we will get some reaction on Bitcoin as well. So let's say let me show you guys some example which should have some proper thing which I just said right now. But because of this range, I think it's going to be difficult for me to point something. So yeah, let me.
Yeah. Before we let's take a quick break here and maybe go to my chart quickly before we move on with this. I just took a breakout trade here on BNB, as you can see, guys. So I just wanted to show you here. As Ayush is explaining this, I am trading it live. So what I like here for BNB, just wanted to quickly show you what I have here. So we have on the 1 hour, we have a fairly clean uptrend on BNB. It's been trading to the upside for quite some time, and I quite like what we're seeing right here. And then I simply looked at the 1 minute on the lower time frames, and I like how we're getting this. Where do I have my favorite toolbar? I don't have it on here. So we can see kind of like how this rounded structure right here keep hitting that resistance, and then we get a breakout here on the lower time frames, and then we see continuation here. So just put my stop loss below the local low right here, and it's going to try to run this. We have some questions about the giveaway as well, the giveaway link. So I don't think you have to go through the steps. Now, if you do go through the steps, you're going to have some extra entries, which might help you get an account. I see that, for example, in India, they have banned TikTok, so you can't enter with that. But I don't think it's you don't have to do that to enter the giveaway. So just go through the steps that you can go through, and it should be fine. But even if you can't go through that, we're still going to do giveaways throughout the live stream here today as well. Guys, let me know in the comments if there's anything you are currently watching, any trades that you might be taking, any charts that you want us to analyze, and we will help you out. I'm quickly going through the markets here, looking at the default watch list we have here in DX Trader, seeing if we have any breakouts. Oh, look at TRX. It's this chart is ugly. Okay, let's go to the next one. What about Doge? Not seeing much here. Okay, Cardano looks very, very good on the 1 hour. This is a local trend, bullish trend right here. Looks really good on the 1 hour. I would definitely want to long this, because if we add the fib tool here, yeah, it's right on that 0.618. It has now it's now above the 50. I really like what I'm seeing right here. Break and retest of the 50 fib on the 15 minute. Looks good on the 5 minute. So I'm gonna go long here. I'm just not sure how big my position size should be here. How big should we have the position size? Let's see. I put my stop loss at around 2. 7, probably 278. Okay. 278. And if I risk, so the thing here is, if you want to calculate your position size, if you come from the futures market and you're a little bit confused on how to calculate your position size, if you just put on, if you click stop loss here, as soon as you click stop loss, you will be able to put in your risk per trade. So for this one right here, I'm going to do 1%. So I'm going to put in 1% here, and you can see right here, the lot size is, yeah, massive, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 million or something like that. Because this is a shitcoin. So 1% risk here, we're going long. Buy, there we go. Oh, I can't? Oh, of course, because it's stop loss is probably way too tight. So let's do, should be doing, do I need to risk more? Probably need to risk more. I can't risk. Wait. We're gonna put the stop loss a little bit lower. We're gonna go with market. We'll go with this. Okay, here we go. So we're having a wide stop loss on this one, and then for TP, if you go to the 1 hour, now if this trend stays alive locally, I'm thinking we can very well come up and test this level right here. Somewhere around this level will be like the first initial level, which aligns nicely with those highs. So I'm going to put it up here. So we're looking at around 2R on this one. So that's the trade we got. We have now a long position on Cardano and a long position on BNB. Okay, let's get back to your chart, Ayush. While you continue explaining, I'm going to be monitoring these positions and the chat.
Yeah. So we have someone in chat saying that Dave F8335 FVG is just a low volume node to a order flow and volume profile trader. That's exactly how I use volume profile with candlesticks, and that's the perfect way to explain how to use FVG in a proper way, right? So now we are on Doge, and we are getting some sort of same reaction with near this wick area, which is acting as support zone, and the current daily candle is reacting from this wick. So I'm not actually bearish. I'm waiting for some reaction on lower time frame, on maybe on 4 hour. As you guys can see that I'm expecting that next opening, which is 8 a.m. might go like open low high until here. I think we might get some sort of intraday setups if we manage or maybe handle this area properly. So we need some good push higher, then we can get good momentum for till daily open and weekly open. So I'll target the opening prices instead of just some any area, because they really act as a strong supply and demand zone. And if we look at BTC, I was talking about how we can use Ethereum and Bitcoin key levels for correlation. Let me mark an area which is just this candle wick as a support. Well, you guys can see that Bitcoin was not even close to this support area and didn't even tap it, I guess. So this indicates that Bitcoin is best. Okay, so this is not Bitcoin, it's Ethereum. On left we have Bitcoin. So Ethereum was really stronger near this support area than Bitcoin. You can see we were much more deeper into this support zone, but Ethereum was not even close. So on lower time frame, you will see your long trades getting filled much more better than Bitcoin long trades, only because it is in much deeper retracement in the support area than Ethereum. That's the simplest way to use it. And also look at this bearish candle. Open, went high, closed lower, because we had this supports or supplies on higher time frame. This is the easiest way to understand the key levels and react on lower time frame with proper analysis, instead of having some rules that I need this and that, then only I will trade. Then you will ruin your time. And mainly I feel that people who are learning ICT are around of my age. Like, I'm assuming that you would be 20, maybe 18, 19, or 22, maybe 25. And if I be honest, it was a really bad time to come in market as a Gen Z, because the only thing we had popping up in market is ICT. That's why we we were forced to learn the concept. And people, I think, like Jonathan, we have Anastasia, Boris, look at them. They just use EMAs, supply demand zone, and still doing the great thing. And the funny part is that no matter how much you learn about ICT, at the end you will come on live stream and watch us marking same areas. And I will mark some key levels using volume profile. I will mark some area using Wix. Jonathan will mark some areas using EMA and the strategy he has, and Boris will come up with same idea. So instead of making stupid rules and making it look cooler, it's better to stick with some basic stuff which you already have on internet, and accept that it's okay to kneel down and understand different concept and try to add it in your like make it work in your favor, than forcing a concept which is going to just blow your account one by one. And if you talk about futures, I like to scalp 2-3 points using like just candles, volume bubbles. Like we have Fabio. If you like, many people know who is Fabio. He uses bubbles and big trades, who's getting absorbed at supply demand zone. So take a moment, look around. It is very much clear that you will see people making money on Twitter. They have really stupid simple strategy, and people who have fancy stuff going on, they'll be selling some $99 subscription month Discord on X. And if you believe that that guy is going to help you to teach some magical stuff on chart, then give that money to me. I'll teach you something better.
Yeah. Yeah. And the money's gone. Yeah. No, that's true. It's what happened during the whole what happened during the whole ICT thing was that there were so many influencers popping up all over the place that kind of piggybacked on the ICT hype, right? And me as a content creator itself, I was also thinking about it, because I saw friends that pivoted from being like very focused on very professional advanced technical analysis, and then they created an ICT video just to test, right? And it went viral, and they went from having a couple of thousands of views on a video to doing like 100,000 views on an ICT video. And they're like, okay, so I made the same amount of views on one video that I've done for the last 6 months on all videos combined. So for them, they kind of followed the views and followed the engagement, and with that also followed the money. So there's also a lot of money in the trading industry by selling concepts that people are interested in, right? So people right now, they come into trading space and they're like, maybe not as much right now, but a couple of years ago that was, or maybe just 1 or 2 years ago, was very much the truth, where they came in and was just ICT all over the place. Like you had ICT all over social media, and it was like people needed to learn ICT, and they were ready to pay a lot of money to learn ICT, right? And then these people that learn ICT, they're like, oh, well, maybe I'm not making as much money from trading ICT as I wanted, but hey, what if I now know ICT and I have a camera? I might, maybe I can sell ICT and make some money there. And that kind of like spiraled, maybe almost out of control. It was just influencers all over the place being the new ICT, and there was some guy popping up and saying like, oh, I got the key to the Holy Grail, and started, yeah. So it's interesting, but if you peel, like, if you look beyond all the noise, there is actually a lot of interesting things within ICT, because what ICT did was he took these technical analysis concept. I mean, you gotta ignore all the nonsense, all the crazy shit that he's been talking about, and all the stories and everything is insane, right? But you look at the actual concept. Now, what ICT did was he took something quite boring, took something that was very generic, and he packaged it in a way where new people understood it, in a way that a lot of other technical analysis educators have not been able to do. So, I mean, hats off to him. He managed to turn something super boring into something actually that a lot of people, I mean, he created a lot of traders, that's for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. But, and I think I have some influencer in India. He made around 5 to 600k US dollars by selling some courses in India only. I'm not even saying that he sold to like out of like foreigners. And what he was doing is, okay, in part 1 I'm going to show you guys something which is going to do this and that, and I have part 2 and I have part 3, and he made really good funnel for the newbies. They were paying him a lot of money, and eventually only one person got rich, is him, but none of his students. And the worst thing is that it is still pumping in my country. If we talk a lot about USA, UK, Canada, and China, and all the around world, we have many traders from the country. But if I talk about my country, people are still thinking that ICT is something which can improve their strategy, or maybe the way they look on charts. And many people are still getting trapped.
Yeah, it's a bit simplified, isn't it? Like, just trading is so much more than just, finding one strategy and just, I just need this one strategy and then it's all good. I mean, it changes. The market is changing all the time, and the regimes within the market are changing. I mean, Euro USD or Euro GBP traded much differently before Brexit than what it did now. So, and pre-Trump era was just very different. So you can't, I believe there's very few trading systems out there that will just be profitable forever. The market changed, and so should your strategy.
Yeah, like for now, I know we are on Tradeify crypto live stream, but let me show you guys how to make my Nasdaq chart fancy, right? Like I have this gap. If we invert this gap, we're good for longs. And if I talk about my Jonathan, let me show you how I trade futures, right? So I know it's gonna look really weird, but this is how I trade. Look at my stop loss. Wait, this is a wrong position tool. This is my stop loss, and this is my take profit, much lower than what I'm risking. So this is how I trade. I see good volume candle, go long, scalp 2 trades a day, and just compounding. Instead of waiting for home runs, something like this, with a very stupid small stop loss and indicating that, okay, I'm gonna be rich in 1 day, but this is a really bad idea. So instead of having this kind of trade, 1 trade in a month, I'm happy taking some few points and taking away some payout from prop firm. So this is something which is enough to feed a family of 5. I'm really enjoying the risk to reward I'm using on futures market. So don't think that if you don't force your risk to reward as well. It's about strategy as well, but at the end it is about what risk to reward you're using. I have seen people targeting 1:5, and like more than that. And the consistency is really lacking when you start targeting much higher. But I use many time negative risk to reward, maybe 1:1. So it will look something like this. I'm not gonna like wait for price to reach at some XYZ pair, and this is like one trade a day and done. I'm not gonna look again back to charts and wait for some magic coming back again tomorrow using the same setup instead of marking a lot of stuffs and looking like a clown on the internet. Make it simple. So
Yeah,
that's
so
the
I
same
think,
idea. Yeah.
what is when you have a negative risk reward, do you have, because I when I was trading a negative risk reward system, I was scalping, very similar to what you showed there. I was basically buying momentum and closing it very early, having a very wide stop loss. But the drawdowns and the max drawdown was insane. It was very high. So how do you deal with that? Because negative risk reward systems are the only way for me to trade it is through an algorithm, because I can't really trade it manually. It's too much on the emotions, I believe.
Yeah, so it is, if I talk about my personal approach towards negative RR, let's go back on NQ chart. So what I do is I will do 3:1. So let's say I'll risk $300 to make 100. And if I have, let's say, 150K account, and we have drawdown on 150K account is 5,000 US dollars in futures, if I'm not wrong, right? In many prop firms. So I give myself $1,000 a day and try to scalp maybe $400 or $500 a day. It can be in 2 trades or maybe 1, but 2 trades is something which has given me more consistent outcome than this. Right now I'm on 1 minute chart, but I usually trade on 15 second using the opening price of 15 minute and scalping it. So you can see this is just a big 1 minute candle, but I don't have that version to go on lower time frame, but let me show you that I'll do something like this on 15 second and quick in and out. And also I use big trades, absorption and all, volume profile to get proper idea about it. The thing is that it will go worst if I try to scalp more trades. I have rules like 1 trade, TP hit, we are going for another one, TP hit, and closing the setup. I'm not gonna look for another one, or I'll use the manual lockout feature which we have in many platforms. Like if it will hit some certain dollars, then I'm not gonna trade again. Because one thing I've seen that if I'll try to make, let's say, $1,000 a day, then I'm most likely going to lose money. But I've seen this one thing, like if I'm risking $1,000 a day and I'm making 500 in 1 trade, then I'm happy with it. So what I'll do, I'll repeat this for 5 days, make 2,500 US dollars in a week, instead of making that in 1 day in 1 trade, and copy that at like 5 accounts. And that's how I compound my accounts and my future accounts. It's the easiest and stupid way to trade. And I'm thinking to upload some way the way I trade on internet soon on my Twitter account. Yeah. And also in crypto. In crypto, you guys have seen me doing 1:1. That's the reason I'm not a very big fan of big risk to rewards. I hate it.
No, you need to have a very high win rate. You need to have a very high win rate as well for that negative risk reward. And if you're trading from a discretionary point of view on a negative risk reward, it's very difficult.
And this is something which we can't do in crypto. That's why I'm sticking with 1:1.
Yeah. No, crypto is just another. It's such a different market, and I think one of the, if you're going to be scalping crypto, I think you have a lot of opportunities. You have a lot of altcoins, right? So I would look for like the the altcoins that have fairly good volume, like the top 10 or something like that, and then look at a trend, an active trend. Like right now, for example, on Bitcoin and Ethereum, not much is happening on Bitcoin and Ethereum today. It's quite a slow day, right? It's not much going on today. We have the the market open here, and we'll see. We might get a breakout. Maybe get a breakout above like this level, and if we can get that, maybe a breakout trade here. Would probably look to perhaps scalp it up to that level if that happens. So that's something I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Ethereum is always kind of lagging behind here a little bit, but I do think maybe we'll get a breakout here on Bitcoin, and if we get that, I would probably look to enter a trade here, guys. So we're getting close to a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. So everyone in the chat, type in ICT. Okay, ICT. Everyone that types in ICT in the chat will be eligible to win an account today in the duck race. Let's go. East Explorer says 1 losing trade will wipe out 10 profitable trades. Well, that's
And can I answer it then?
Yeah.
So like it also depends on the way you are trading it. So I know that I'm gonna risk $1,000 a day on my account, and if I lose it, I'm gonna make it back in 2 trading days. There are very few times I've seen myself in losing streaks. Obviously they come, I blow accounts, many evaluation, also straight to funded as well, but the ROI
getting in on.
Yeah, I think okay, so we have the 8 a.m. open
on this one. Yeah, let's go buying here. Why can't I buy here? Oh, 81. That's right, 81.
I think this is the first hour of our stream, and we got 21 people watching us. It's a good number we are tapping in.
Yeah, very nice. Why am I getting in market? I want to go long. 2%. Is it too big? 81. Do I need to close some positions? Can I risk 1% on that one? Okay, I don't have the margin for this one. So can I close? I want to close one. Okay, what about 8 Cardano? Which one is best here? Cardano or Bitcoin? Yeah, definitely Bitcoin. I'm gonna close that one, and I will go to Bitcoin and enter the long here on Bitcoin. And hopefully I can go in with 2% on this one. Let's go market buy, stop loss 81. Okay, good. Oh, I can't. Okay, I got too little margin. Do I need to close? I need to close. Okay, we got 81. You'll be able to do 1%, no? 5 lots. I can't do 5 lots. Let's do 2.5 then. Yeah, okay, 2.5 I can do. Put this. Okay, we got TP up here on Bitcoin, and then we're putting the stop loss down here. So the reason I'm going long here is because I like the volume that's coming in here. So there's a fairly good volume on what I see on this potential breakout right here. And then if you look at the accumulation, so look at the 5 minute, and the volume pattern becomes quite clear. We're getting a breakout right here, and the breakout happens on higher volume. We also have on the accumulation distribution indicator, you can see that we are just breaking above this whole structure right here. So the accumulation distribution indicator is telling us that volume is higher than what we had on that rejection. So it looks like a potential breakout right here. All right, we got a lot of people saying they really like ICT. Let's see. guys. So
Be
everyone in the
honest,
comment
guys.
section, if you want to get in on the giveaway today, go in and type ICT in the chat, and we're gonna do a duck race. So that's it. Just type in ICT in the chat. You only have to type it in once. If you type it in more than once, there is a risk that you're gonna get banned by our lovely bot. Right, let's go. Bitcoin is pulling back. That sucks. What about BNB? It's also pulling back. Well, things are not looking great for this trade. And I probably need a little bit wider stop. So probably down here is good. That should be good. What's up?
Good morning,
I've got
Boris.
Boris in the background. Good morning. So we're gonna have got a lot of people coming into the chat here. So welcome everyone. Make sure that you got Wild Use typing in LOL. I think it's because he's watching my Bitcoin long and thinking, what the hell is that? Looks like a fake ad if you look at the lower time frames, but if you look at the very high time frame, like the 5 minute, it looks good, looks decent. I'm liking the volume that is coming in here. I don't really care the fact that this is a bearish volume candle. I don't care. Which account are we going to give away? Okay, so what are we going to give away today? We're going to give away I don't know, should we do a 25k? Maybe a yeah, maybe we should do 25 today. We've been doing a 10k for a while now. Maybe we should do a 25. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. So I'm gonna do this giveaway shortly, and then I'm gonna just jump off shortly, and I will be back. I will be back a little bit later. Okay. So, oh, Geomir today says today I breached a 25k account. Well, it's good though that you have like 4. You already have you won like 4 accounts, so you should have a huge backlog of accounts to be able to start trading with. What's up, Boris? How are you today?
I'm good. It was a good weekend. Like, we had a nice weekend pump and some altcoins. So I hit TPs on a bunch of longs I was in also on BNB. I think Alex was in on that one as well, so I hope he made some money, but I wasn't sure if it was a swing or a scalp for him. And then I was in SEI and also ADA, was an ADA long. So I'm going to showcase my amazing trade in the next couple of hours. I keep putting it on. You see it now? Okay. And looking at the crypto bubbles today, we got this, interestingly enough, this B coin is up 32%, 31.8%. Very fitting.
Do you trade based on that?
Yeah, based on like whatever coin is, whatever bubble is the largest, I go ahead and buy that coin, and I usually end up losing all my money. So I do not recommend this strategy. So usually what you should do, if you're looking at the crypto bubbles, try to look at the coins that are in the deep in the red, because that's probably a better idea than buying a coin or an asset that's up like 30%. I don't know, maybe I'll do like an experiment one day, like I'll create a bot that just, let's say, buys all of the bubbles that are in the red and then shorts the green and see what happens. What will likely happen is that I will get liquidated. But
yeah, probably.
this is But yeah, how are you guys doing? What are you guys expecting this week? How are we feeling about this crypto market? Are we bullish or bearish today for this week? I mean, the New York session is just going to open in an hour and 30 minutes, so the week has just begun.
Yeah. I think right now what I can see is that price is below the point of control in Ethereum. That's why it is causing trouble for Bitcoin to go higher, even though we are above the area of point of control in Bitcoin. Still, the same way we discussed before that we use key levels correlation, the same way I use the volume profile correlation with Ethereum and Bitcoin. So if we see Ethereum pushing higher above the point of control, we'll see the continuation in most likely Bitcoin near the value area high and much higher than that. So this is my idea. So I need this thing to go above, and I think the weekly open, daily open is really much just a pullback. I feel it. We are not in a bearish market yet, so still bullish on higher time frame and waiting for some intraday scalps if we see good volume up above the point of control.
Yeah, I'm currently long here on Bitcoin. Not looking good. Probably going to get stopped out on that one, but I like what I'm seeing here. So I'm just going to keep this one open. We got someone in the chat saying they're shorting Bitcoin. Yeah, probably a good idea. Probably a good idea.
He's saying your TP is my SL. The iconic sentence.
Oh, nice. Yeah. As always.
So I think you
All right,
don't need an account.
We got 32 names in the duck race list. Let's give it a few minutes left, and then we'll do the giveaway. Maybe we can switch over to Ayush's chart quickly. Maybe you can show us if you're watching anything specifically.
Yeah, so like on my favorite coin, Doge, after the opening, we can see the straight bear candle, which also have same support zone, this wicks. So I'm expecting price to react. I know I marked many areas, but let me remove all of them. So I'm just gonna wait for price to tap this support zone, which is wicks. And if we close below, I think we can go bearish, but I feel that this is just a retrace, and same idea on Bitcoin as well. And Ethereum, we are already in the support area, but still crushing it. So if we close below this area, we can go lower on Ethereum, but Bitcoin is still holding up and a very strong pair for longs. So Ethereum being weak is causing us problem for Bitcoin to go higher as well, and same for Doge. So if we get some sort of reaction in here, then I think Bitcoin will start pumping higher. Want this candle to close above the opening price, and we can go till the weekly open and daily open. So just want a good green candle above this area, and I think it will be a good opportunity for intraday longs. And Boris, yeah, what you are looking at on Doge, do you think it is looking good for longs? Because we left that buy side area with just some I think points. Do you think we can tap that area of 0.11748 this week? You are on mute, Boris.
Yeah, looking at the daily chart from a swing trading perspective, this is not a good look for Doge. From a swing trading standpoint, like I would not be buying Doge here because we made a high and had a pullback like the 21 EMA. Now we're kind of like retracing, maybe putting in, I don't know, it's kind of like in the middle, maybe a higher low, or this could just be a lower high. I want to see what the next candle is going to show. but this was like a really big move, really big rally on Doge last week. And this indicator that I have, it basically combines many other indicators, but this red thing that you see, this means warning that that the move has been quite overextended and we're probably going to consolidate. It's actually taken from the what is called the God mode indicator. It used to be a very popular indicator back in the day. I'm not sure if I'm actually recalling the name correctly, but yeah, something God mode. And whenever you see this usually doesn't mean like you have to like sell or go short. It just means it's a warning sign. So for me, Doge not looking good on higher time frames at all. Then on the weekly, yeah, very bad on the weekly. We're just tagging the 21 EMA. It's this red ribbon right here, and so far we are rejecting from it. So I'm not bullish on Doge from daily to weekly. Let's see the hourly. The hourly looks like crap. Sorry, it doesn't look good. Yeah, not a big fan of Doge here. Sorry, I know it's your favorite coin, but I would not be buying it right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think we're good for shorts then, because after the opening, I think we need still much data to understand where we are gonna drive price, and we can see that we are getting some little reaction from this Wix. So let's see how it goes, and we have piano keys on Ethereum.
Yeah,
it's been a really weird
platform.
Wix.
So if we take a look at Doge on the week, Doge versus Bitcoin on the week. Let me remove some of these indicators because they're not useful here. But
guys, just quickly, anyone that types in ICT in the chat will be eligible to win an account, and we're going to be drawing. We're going to do the duck race in 5 minutes. Okay. So ICT in the chat, and you will be joining the giveaway. All right. Sorry for interrupting you, boys.
Apology accepted. What's concerning about Doge here is if you look at Doge versus Bitcoin on the weekly, like we're in a perpetual downtrend since 2024. So Doge is clearly losing value against Bitcoin, and I just don't see a reason to be bullish on Doge. I mean, it has a long history, but this is not. You shouldn't be buying an asset that's in a perpetual downtrend. Actually, if you zoom out since 2021,
that's a good comment. That's actually very good financial advice. You should not buy an asset that is in a perpetual downtrend. I think that's words to live by.
Just don't. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Like why?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
so this altcoin looks good. Yeah. It's been dying since 2018. Looks great.
Which is why I always tell people look at your altcoin, compare it against Bitcoin, and I'm bad at drawing trend lines, but you get the idea. Like this is not a good look. You get out of Doge, guys. Get into Bitcoin. Let's get Bitcoin
from Alex that he entered a massive long position on Doge. So it's interesting.
But why? What is
I don't know. Because he likes adrenaline. That's probably why. That's like probably the only reason.
Yeah. I mean, look at Shiba. That's like the next popular dog related or animal coin. I actually used to have an entire list on TradingView of animal coins. I wonder if I still have it. Oh wait, I think I do.
Now we have Boris.
Right, open.
I think we should have the vegetable market as well today.
Yeah, so my watch list had animal money. Here we go. Animal money. That's what I called it. So included remember with dog with hat. So this one is going to 0. Pepe kind of holding on here. Floki, whatever. What is that? I don't even know. This one. Oh, this one is in an uptrend recently. Then we have Bratz. I don't know what this is. I mean, if you bought this like years ago, you're down a lot. Then we got Doge, which we just viewed. Actually, Doge looks the most bullish to me. So that has the most history. And then Shiba Inu just looks like complete crap. So if you want to buy like a meme coin, go with Doge. Looks the most. I think it's the most bullish, and I think has the highest market cap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. All right, getting ready for the giveaway soon. All right, what are you and anything you guys are looking at today? We got Bitcoin almost hit that stop loss. That was very, very close. Very close. Let's see. Oh, I'm lucky on, very lucky on that one. All right, give me a second and I'm gonna put together the list for the giveaway. And then we will be doing a duck race. All right. So today we have 33 people in the giveaway. I'm gonna be adding myself as well. If I win, we're gonna double it. Okay, so we'll do 30 seconds. We don't have to do it now. Wait a minute. No, that's 3 minutes. That's 0. All right, you guys ready? Let's do this. What are we winning? What are we winning today? Okay, what are we winning today, guys? Okay, what are we winning? I have to actually see what the plan is. Okay, give me a second. All right, we're gonna be giving away a. We're gonna start now with a 10K one step. Okay, so this is not a 2-step. This is the 10K one step. A lot of you have been asking about a 1-step account, so we're gonna do a 10K one step, and then later we're gonna do a 2-step 25K. Okay, so now let's do a 10K 1-step account, which is my opinion a really good account. Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's do this. All right, we got Mercury Trading 2. We got the dinosaur. Oh, I got Superman over here. I got to. Oh my God! Look at that. Satish. It's not on the screen. Okay. Not on the screen. Okay. Yeah. That was just a test run. Okay, that was just a test run, everyone. Let's go. Let's go. 30 seconds. Let's go. All right, let's do this. Miss K says rigged. Yeah, of course it's rigged. Let's do this. Let's go. Who's winning this one? We got 15 seconds. Real Life Trader says, put my name. That's not how it works. We got 10 seconds. Who's winning this? All right, let's see. We got Lucky FX. All right, we got lucky FX28. You won a 10K one-step account. Do we have lucky?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Is he or she in the chat? You got 1 minute to claim your prize. 1 minute to claim your prize.
Yeah,
there we
he
go.
is.
It's in the chat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now just go in and add your email to your YouTube profile, and I can see that you already have your email in there, so that is perfect. I will send that to the team right away. Congratulations, you just won a 10K one-step account. So I'm gonna jump out for a bit, and I will see you guys a little bit later. I'm gonna come in later as well to do the second giveaway, which is gonna be a 25K two-step. All right, guys, see you later.
Okay. Finally getting some good reaction from. I think our viewers can hear this guitar music or not.
I hope so, because it's very beautiful. Okay. So,
I can't focus.
go into your.
Let it out. Let it out. Yeah. Yeah, Boris, what you were saying. Going to my chart and what?
What are you trading? Like, what are we looking at, Ayush?
We are looking at Bitcoin moving above.
Looks like a nice candle. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, we are above the point of control on Ethereum. So I think Jonathan is gonna make good money today on Bitcoin longs. Yeah. On Doge, I think I still need good data for this on the 4-hour candle in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think after we close above this area, I'll go long. I'm waiting for this price to go above and I go long. Still targeting this opening price. So very nice area for 4-hour candle. So most likely go long on Doge today on stream, possible.
Really?
Yeah.
What are we thinking about Pax G?
Pax Z is like really nice reaction from this weekly time frame VIX at 4751 back in the range.
Mm-hmm.
And on daily time frame, I think I've got a really nice reaction, and I think we are trying to get a retrace on lower time frame. So if we manage to close above and move higher, I think I'm bullish on gold looking good. So I think longs can make much more sense, even though we have supplies on a higher time frame, but we need some price to push higher. And you can see that we have in this zone many range. So I'm expecting that we have really strong point of control of higher time frame in this area, because you can see that we can expect a lot of transaction happen in this area because of the range.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very, very important area to watch. And if you get some good reaction, I think longs are really good for gold, especially about this red zone. I think I'm expecting a swing long on Pax G after above this area.
Yeah, I'm actually. I don't know. I think it's weird because if you look at silver, it's up 3%. I'm surprised Pax is like lagging behind. You would think, like silver is almost up 3% today, and Pax is like not really up today. I guess there's like a reverse correlation going on here. Yeah, like silver looks much more bullish than PAX, well, which is digital gold. So I'm thinking, you know, if silver is bullish, we're going to see some of this rotate into PAX G perhaps.
Yeah, looking good. Silver is more bullish than gold.
Yeah, actually very bullish. That's actually a very powerful move, 3%.
Yeah.
Nice. And then I wanted to look at Ayush, been talking about Ethereum and Bitcoin and their relationship. And like once again, I don't know, you mentioned earlier, like I think you're bearish on Ethereum today. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, not entirely, but yeah.
Yeah, and then if we look at Ethereum Bitcoin ratio again, it's like just in the downtrend today, we're kind of like not looking too good. Ethereum just looks so weak to me. And so the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, let's look at Ethereum USD. Like Ethereum has failed to break the highs from mid-April, while Bitcoin, and like how many times have we attempted to get above like 2,400? I kind of feel like shorting this. I feel like shorting this. Yeah, just look at the chart, because I guess this kind of forming some kind of pattern. Let me see. So it's a bearish. Well, depending on how you look at it. So I have like TradingView Premium, and basically like automates chart patterns. So it's showing like a bearish flag here on Ethereum with a target of, you're not gonna believe this. TradingView is showing a target of $430 for Ethereum based on this bearish flag formation that goes back to February of this year. I mean, I know you're not like a swing. Do you see like Ethereum possibly going this low to like $400?
I mean, yeah, I'm not entirely bullish on.
Really?
Yeah. Same with no, not 400. Not that deep.
I mean, this is the implied move. I don't know how TradingView calculates this. Like, I don't think this is correct. Like, maybe when Jonathan comes back, he can explain more, because he studies this for his CMT curriculum.
Yeah.
These chart patterns.
What is exactly CMT? I don't really understand. Can you please elaborate?
Are you asking me?
Obviously, you are the only one.
I was about to ask this. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
What is it? I've asked many traders what is CMT. I don't know what CMT is.
Okay.
It's some kind of trading style or strategy. That's all I know. That revolves around support and resistance and demand zones, and I think somebody packaged it into a course, but it's all like old knowledge and old theories from what I understand. So I don't know. I have my own system, I have my own style. I don't really care what CMT is. So I hope that doesn't offend anyone.
Yes, I think you really had a great weekend and you're really charged up, man. Okay, so yeah, I think closing above this zone, I think it's good for longs. I'll go longs if we close above the area. What do you think, Boris? Or for just for an intraday scalp, nothing
For Doge?
serious. Yeah.
So you're looking for a long of this order block or off of this
Or block.
volume area?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. What
I could see
actually
that.
order block is for you? I think I've heard many times you say order block, or maybe we have order.
Yeah, I guess you're looking at it's pretty similar. Like I guess you like volume profile. So order blocks that basically represent like orders. Yeah, that are like right that have been completed like right next to each other. So candles that are basically synchronized together. So in theory, it should be similar to volume profile analysis. Yeah, I'll try to give an example. Let's see. So essentially, like for me, for my definition, an order block would be. I need to draw this out. Where's the rectangle? So
Dis-moi que tu m'aimes. Dis-moi juste que tu m'aimes parce que moi je ne saurais jamais te dire la première, j'aurais trop peur que tu crois que c'est un...
okay, so basically, oh here we go. Rectangle. So basically, when I see something like this, it shouldn't be overlaid like this. So basically, when I see like a cluster of candlesticks like this is the order block, and so this should be similar. Like if we put a volume profile on this should probably show like a lot of volume being performed here, right?
Yeah, point of control
on-
area where the range is.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. So the volume profile is right in this area, so I can kind of visually see. Like this is an order block. A lot of volume has occurred here, so this is like a zone where it's important because if we lose this to the downside, which happened, we saw a brief move downwards, and then once we went above this order block, right, or above the volume profile, we saw a pretty significant move to the upside. So even on the daily time frame, this is very useful, and I feel like it's very synchronous, if that's a word, with volume profile analysis. Yes, it's pretty simple. Just looking at areas like this would be another order block. It coincides with the volume profile. Although it's kind of sloppy because it has a lot of ranging action here. So basically, order blocks are just like areas of consolidation. So this should probably be an order block over here. Like this is an obvious one for me. Order block here. And you can tell, like, for example, like we go below this order block, come above it, try to get above it, and then we reject, go down, and then go up, retest the volume profile, and then finally we break out of this range. So kind of like doing this on the go, so it's not this isn't drawn like very professionally, but that's how I view order blocks and how it like basically coincides with volume profile. So it's kind of like a discretionary visual thing to watch out for on the charts.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel that the volume profile we have on TradingView is much more, I think, many times closer to the data we have on volume profile. I mean, order flow platforms, like because it is based on ticks, not the actual orders, but we come across same page. I think maybe some points we'll see up and down, but yeah, very much clear idea I also use on
Excuse me.
Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So like without understanding the actual volume coming in market, if we try to scalp, it's going to be tough. So yeah, volume profile is something which gives me really good edge as well to understand where the orders are coming in, where the volume is present and all.
And
So
that's
we
pretty
are-
much all you look at, right? Just volume profile.
Yeah, volume profile, price, big trades, that's it. Supply, demand.
Yeah.
Big trades is actually my favorite indicator to use on many platform of order flow, which gives us idea that okay, we see the real-time absorption, real-time acceptance of price. Good for scalpers.
Right.
You not use, Glenn is asking you not use volume candle. You're asking about the volume of every single candle, because this is, I like to use volume vertically than horizontal, because I have seen no benefit with the volume by watching on the bottom. You can see the same thing on my candle as well, so it does not really make sense for me to use volume of candle. Instead, I'd like to use volume of the price action we have, which is in vertical form, which we call volume profile, which is what Boris just explained. So horizontal volume candle is not for me, but vertical volume range volume profile is much more makes sense to me than volume candles. And also combined with supply demand zone, and you will see maximum time you will find value area high, low, near the supply demand zone, a point of control at the midway. So I don't use it. I used to, but I never seen that it gives me that good confirmation it was just there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do it, Glenn, we would love to know how you use it. Do you use Boris? I think he uses something else in indicator form with some mountains, colorful mountains crossing some EMAs, something like that.
Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, I know. One time I showed basically my trading view layout to somebody, actually a person who works for a crypto exchange, and she told me, I don't understand what you're looking at. It just looks like a bunch of, it looks like a cartoon to me. You're like, all right, if you don't understand it, then I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain it.
I mean that's exactly same thing happens with many traders when they look at something else, because the way I look at chart, if I'll show people that how I trade Nasdaq on 15 second, most of them gonna laugh, because it is nothing but fast volume candles with point of control of 15 minute with volume bubbles and supply demand zone value high low. That's all. And it will look so much colorful that they'll think that okay, I'm doing something. It might look like a rocket science. As you can see my chart right now, it might look really confusing, but the idea is really simple.
Yeah. And what's beautiful is that different traders have different styles, and what works for one might not work for the other. But
Yeah.
That's what I like, because everyone is unique. Like, I haven't met a person who has my exact strategy, and I haven't. You're honestly the first trader I've met who only uses volume profile. So that's very interesting.
That's the.
I wanted to look at, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to, I look at on-chain metrics sometimes.
Mhm.
One metric I haven't really looked at were the Bitcoin funding rates. So basically, it's not Coinbase. So basically, if Roman could switch to my chart, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. So basically, this aggregates funding rates for Bitcoin futures. And what we saw in April, when Bitcoin rebounded or was like rallying, is that we had negative overall funding rates, right? So that means that there were more shorts than longs in the markets. And when that happens, the way exchanges try to balance that out is, you have to pay a funding fee to keep your futures position open. And what we saw during, this rally from 70 to 75K was actually we had negative funding rates this entire time. So that's actually a good trick. Not a trick, but when you see overly negative funding rates, it means people are overly bearish on the market, and usually the crowd is long. So usually what you want to do when funding rates get excessively negative is you want to start building a long position, right? Because you can see when, like the last time we had very negative funding rates back in April of 2025, this caused a spike. Yeah, we rallied to 100K from here. And right now, we're back into positive, but this is like normal. Like right now we're at 0.0026, which is just, doesn't cost too much to hold a leverage long position right now. So right now the market is like more or less balanced out. But beforehand, like in early April, like we had excessively negative funding rates. Like, actually, I wish I looked at this tool beforehand, because I would have probably long Bitcoin when it was at like, when's the price scale here? Yeah, even at 70,000, I would have longed this to 80K, just because everyone was so bearish on Bitcoin. And like I said, when funding rates get overly like very negative, it's like time to start considering a long position. And also on the flip side, like when it gets like very when the funding rate gets very high, that means there's an excess of longs versus shorts in the market. So it costs a lot to hold a long position. This is when you should be getting short on the market. But like not needing to get short, but like considering it, because just looking at the past data, you can kind of see like these spikes in funding rates usually correlate with price dropping. But once again, it's not a perfect metric. Like sometimes, funding rates can stay high and price can just continue to go up. So, but I think it's a very good on-chain metric to use.
Mm-hmm. So that's your way to understand the actual order coming in with the exchanges, and this graph gives you an idea that in which trend we are in and what big players are doing.
Yeah, essentially from like a macro perspective, this is useful. I'd say even, I'm looking at the 8-hour here. We can zoom in on the 1 minute, but I don't know how accurate this would be. I don't know. 1 minute, I think this is too short of a time frame. Let's go to the 30 minutes. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna get. I don't know. I think this is better if used on higher time frame. Let's go back to the hourly. Nice. This is a good example. When funding rates get very high here on the hourly, that means there's an excess of longs, and you can see price go down here. Now let's see what happens when. Basically, it's not always perfect. So, for example, funding rates get very negative here, but price continues to go down. But again, it's on the hourly. You can see like the overall trend is that price goes up. So I think the best used, on higher time frames to like build like swing long-term positions.
Yeah, I mean, I learned something new today. And do you use the same, chart for the indices as well, or there is nothing like that for NQ or futures, gold?
I only trade crypto, to be honest with you, Sean. I don't know, but I think we can look at Ethereum funding rates as well. Let's see.
So in chat, Trader Shri Vlogs got his first payout today. Congrats. Happy to have you here with us. And much more to come. And someone else is saying, I lost my account. I need help. What kind of help you need? Let us know.
Yeah, I'm
There's
looking
everyone
at now Ethereum funding
Mhm.
rates, and actually this works on Ethereum as well. Like when funding rates get overly positive on Ethereum, this usually marks the top in price. Like this marked the top, this marked the top, then this marked the top, and then we had like kind of like a small rally in Ethereum, like went from 2,000 to what is it now, 2,300. But you can see like when funding rates get negative, very negative on Ethereum. This even works on Ethereum because the price eventually did rally quite a bit. So yeah, actually a really good tool. I just started. Well, I didn't just start using this, but I never really went into detail about this on stream. But I wanted to, look at something new today. So we just usually just look at liquidation maps, well, at least I do, and heat maps and stuff like that. But this is another great on-chain metric you guys can use for trading. Highly recommend it.
I think when Boris started explaining these things, the viewers pumped from 20 to 40. I think he should keep on speaking. We might get 100 viewers
Really?
today. Yeah.
Oh my god. So, all right, guys, let's keep talking about funding rates because apparently you'll find this very interesting. All right, we looked at Ethereum funding rates. We can look at, we have Solana. Let's look at Solana. Let's see. Let's see. What does the data tell us? Could we use just funding rates to, trade all these coins? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go zoom out to the highest time frame on Solana.
Someone is asking Boris, what about Coinbase Premium? I don't know what is that.
Coinbase Premium. What about Coinbase Premium?
And he's asking,
I don't know. What's the question?
yeah, even I don't know.
Is there
Coinbase Premium? I
see,
know
there's like a-
Coinbase Exchange, but it's Premium.
is there like a premium on the price, or is it like a product? Coinbase Premium, like what exactly does he mean? I could help answer. I'm not sure what he means by Coinbase Premium. But yeah, even on Solana, you can tell. Like when funding rates got very negative here on February 1st, this didn't mark the exact bottom, but close to the bottom on Ethereum, which was not on Ethereum, on Solana, which was $85. And since then, we rallied back to $100. So yeah, I think this is a good metric to use on the top coins. Now I'm curious how this looks like on. Should I look at Doge? Doge funds.
Doge is not dodging, and we are going back into range. And as I said that I always wait for the candle to close, but instead, without closing above the opening price, we are back in range, and again below the opening price of 4 hour. And if you talk about and also we are near the point of control on weekly basis. Let's go for daily. So yeah, I think we can say that we got some sort of reaction near value area high, not exactly tapping the area, but I'm not really ready for the week because it's very slow in a range, I think Boris last week
Yeah.
also we had the same sort of price action. It started ranging on Monday and we saw a good reaction after a day, right? From Tuesday. So price is below point of control on Ethereum, indicating that we are weaker, and Ethereum also gives some sort of same reaction on Bitcoin. That's why it's not pumping, even though it is in very bull market. So with no doubt, this Doge is also going to follow the same thing. So instead of giving us some good momentum, and also I can see that we had a really good candle when near the opening. You can see how it closed. So always wait for candle to close if you are scalping on lower time frame, or else you will see some sort of this candle and ending up giving your SL. I was planning longs only if we close above, and if I could have taken this trade in FOMO, you guys can see stop loss hit in just 15 minutes. So we have a lot of people writing many things in chat. So he's asking that I'm not working in Coinbase premium means it's an indicator. So I think that's something Boris can explain. I don't know what is premium indicator of Coinbase.
I don't know. Is this like a trade, like indicator on trading?
Not sure.
Yeah, there's like Coinbase Premium, Divergence, Coinbase Premium Index. I don't understand how this works. And so what is this about?
Okay, so someone.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Please. Coinbase Premium is a measure of the percentage difference between the price of any coin on Coinbase Pro and the price on Binance. Okay, so basically the index helps differentiate between global and US specific market sentiment. So I guess if the price of Bitcoin is higher on Coinbase versus like Binance or whatever, then that usually means, what does it mean? It means that buyers in the US or North America are bullish on Bitcoin. I'd have to study this indicator. It seems interesting. The major benefits: buy to any coin, open any USDT-based trading exchange, which are long compared to price. So basically, it tells you when there's a discrepancy between the price of Bitcoin versus, the price of Bitcoin on Coinbase versus the price of Bitcoin on, let's say, Binance. Let me add this and see what is this showing right now. So I'm going to put on Bitcoin.
So I think before we move forward, we have a viewer, Shivang Kesharwani, asking, "Hello sir, I'm new to futures. Can you help me with the giveaway?" So sure, I don't really understand your question, and we are on crypto channel, so it's not futures. And second, what do you mean by saying, "Can you help me with the giveaway?" I think your luck should help you with the giveaway, not us. pray to God that you win the duck race and get the 25k account, but you can't trade it in futures. It's crypto space. So yeah, Shivang, wait for Jonathan, and he's giving away, I think, 25k account soon. And we have 46 people watching us. I think some of you might not have clicked the like button and make it 50. She's trying to cheat, ban her. What is right? What's happening, Wild Use? I think you are writing a wrong message at wrong place. I think this is something you should go in your social media, not on live chat. All right, Boris, what you're looking at, I'm not really.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to
Happy with
see
the
this
volume.
how this premium indicator works.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh, so the Coinbase premium indicator.
Yeah, let me zoom in on this. To be honest, I have no idea what this one is trying to show. Let's look at the divergence. I mean, from what I'm seeing so far, when there's a premium on a price on Bitcoin, this is like a top indicator, right? We had this, I don't know how this is measured. I'm guessing in dollars. So we had a difference of $200 on Coinbase versus, I don't know, what is this comparing to? Oh yes, comparing it against Binance. Okay, interesting. Okay, so basically when we had, premium on Coinbase, this marked the top. And then when we had not a premium, but a discount, this is actually very interesting because this actually marked the bottom. This actually marked the bottom, the exact bottom. Let me zoom in on this. So we had a discount on Coinbase of 170. I don't know what's minus. Is that dollar? I'm guessing that's dollars. I'm not sure what this is measuring, but anyway. Yeah, when the divergence gets overly negative, this tends to mark major cycle bottoms in Bitcoin. And also when it gets overly positive, this basically marked the top. Wow, very interesting. Thank you, whoever pointed this out. I'm gonna add this to my favorite. It's a good indicator. Coinbase premium divergence.
I think it's traders 3 vlogs guy who asked for the question. Traders 3 vlogs. So Trade Less is asking, Ayush, the same Ayush who work in customer support? I think my name is commonly used in my nation, so you'll see many Ayush working in this industry, and not every Ayush is me. Okay, so and we have Shivang Kesharwani asking, please can you tell me how to decide the entry point for a trade as a swing trader, as it is very difficult to find whether the market trend and swing high low. So for swing trading we have Boris and Jonathan. They have really good idea that what's going to really happen, because in crypto market I feel you have to look at some fundamental events as well, right? If I'm not wrong, Boris, and also technical analysis too.
I mean, to be honest, as a swing trader, I don't even pay attention to big events. I it's always looking at the charts for me. Because the chart, the saying goes, the charts will tell you the news, right?
Look who we have in our chat.
Cool.
I think it's Vinny. Vinny is watching our stream. And
You got like 50 viewers. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a real Vinny or not, but
Hey, shouldn't we give away something at 50?
I think that's something
Do you want-
Jonathan's gonna do. Yeah, he's
Ah.
gonna join us soon. So
Where is he? We need Jonathan.
I think he will join us. I think soon. Yeah, it's 6. I think in 15-20 minutes. So yeah, Shivang, for swing trading, I feel you have to mainly look for higher time frame and many I think fundamental events as well, because I as a scalper, I don't really care what's happening and like about the events which you mainly thing I have seen is that whenever Trump says something, my trade goes in wrong direction. So yeah, I mainly take care of that, focus on candles. Jonathan is
Ayush, do you like-
interior his boyfriend's girlfriend right now. What you're saying, GCP? Yeah, Jonathan. Sorry, Boris, go ahead.
Do you use like chart patterns at all or no?
What is that?
You know, like rising wedges, falling wedges, head and shoulders, stuff like that.
That is something I learned when I was just very new to market, and I think this it's really best for swing traders. I feel, not for intraday, because we see a lot of pattern forming on all the time frames, and it gets really confusing to understand what should I do. So yeah, instead of that, I ruined my brain with ICT, then simplified it and to use it in my favor. Yeah. So yeah, I used it, but I used a lot for forex in CFD market, but not in futures.
Right.
In futures, I mainly focus on lower time frames like 1 minute, and in crypto mainly just supply, demand, and with volume profile. So I think it is the best way to learn about markets. What you just say right now, if the person don't know about small or very basic pattern which everyone knows, do you actually use that on higher time frame?
Me?
Like if you have bearish flag and bullish flag.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because I don't personally use it, but I have an indicator here that pretty much automatically paints, chart patterns. So actually on the weekly here, TradingView was showing a rising wedge, right? Now, rising wedge tends to be a bearish pattern. So yeah, once we broke below the wedge, like this led to a move down, from what was it, like 90,000 to 60,000. So I guess in this instance, it did work out. But actually the target it's showing is, status is awaiting. I guess this pattern is still not complete. I don't know. I'm not like an expert on wedges or patterns, to be honest. Like I don't really use them. But that's interesting that on the weekly time frame, like the target is still $48,000. Like, what do you think about that? Do you think we could actually go down to 48,000 on Bitcoin?
48,000? No, I don't think so that low. But obviously, we might see some sort of retracement. Let's go on monthly time frame. So for me, if we get reaction near 88,000, or if we absorb the sellers over here, I'm expecting bullish movement. So currently we are in a very high intensity area where it's for us to confirmation that okay, are we going to squeeze the sellers here or buyers here, or maybe sellers, or we can continue lower from this area. So I think if we can go lower, but we have another support at 60,000. And if we talk about, I don't know, I should say this on live or not, but I've seen some crypto pages on X saying BlackRock is buying Bitcoin every 2 days, if I'm not wrong. Or I should believe that or not, because mainly pages are just trying to give us some really fake analysis about the investment of big traders, big players in the market. And you're on mute. Again, you are on mute.
Shit. I was saying we could actually track what Black is doing with ETF flows. So if we switch to my screen, this is basically showing ETF flows day to day. So we don't have anything for today because the session hasn't started yet. But last week, for example, May 4th, so last Monday, IBIT, which is the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, purchased 235 million on last Monday, 250 million on Tuesday, 134 million on Wednesday. Then they sold some on the 7th, 98 million, and then they sold 27 million on the 8th. But if you add this up, like, they bought a lot more than they sold. And again, this is another reason why I'm kind of bullish here on Bitcoin, because BlackRock is buying Bitcoin, and if you look at the aggregate here, we had, like, for example, over $500 million in inflows on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. And then again, close to $500 million on May 5th. 50 million May 6th. Then we had some selling on Thursday and Friday. But overall, like, it does look like institutions have been buying really over the past like 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, we can track this data. It's all publicly available.
So, like, do you think that if BlackRock is really buying Bitcoin in a really huge quantity, can give us some bullish bias? Or is it true that if when we see big players or heavily investing in Bitcoin, can change the view? Because we know that not only BlackRock is buying the Bitcoin, there are many people.
But BlackRock pretty much runs the world now financially with all their ETFs and asset purchasing. So they're like a big whale. They're like one of the biggest whales probably, next to Michael Saylor.
Yeah.
So if Michael Saylor is buying and BlackRock is buying, I wouldn't go against them. It wouldn't seem like the smartest idea. I'd be curious to know, like, what, Ayush, I didn't even know they had this website. But there's ETF flows on Ethereum as well. I guess we might as well look at them. Oh, and this is like so bad compared to Bitcoin inflows. And we have Anastasia joining.
Anastasia.
Anastasia.
Hey guys.
But yeah, hey. Yeah, we can hear you.
But I think it's echo. Yeah.
My microphone was just a little bit too far from me. I think now it should be better. How are you doing, guys?
Yeah.
What are you trading today after the NFP last week? Anything interesting?
We're doing good. We're just talking about boring stuff like ETF flows and funding rates. I don't know how interesting that is to people, but apparently it is. Apparently we got like 50 viewers, so we're discussing, very hard mathematical data here.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you missed this, but we were discussing Bitcoin ETF flows and how they're positive, and now I'm just looking at Ethereum flows, and they're not looking as good as the Bitcoin ETF flows. And this pretty much coincides with the chart that we saw. Ethereum's price action is much weaker than Bitcoin's. I guess let's look at Solana. I think Solana had an ETF. It's still barely getting any volume. I guess this must be pretty new. What? Yeah, this must be pretty new. But so far, Solana ETF has 1 billion inflows. Interesting. Interesting. Kind of. All right.
It's not even market open, and look at gold. Good volume.
Oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
Gold is flying.
Oh yeah, it's moving up.
XG.
Maybe Anastasia, you can cover Package G. That's like your favorite instrument.
To be fairly honest, I haven't looked at the charts today yet, so I'm just getting into this together with you. Yeah, it's Monday. I usually give it some time to,
Yeah.
to get developed before I'm gonna jump into any trade. So now, before the market opening, it's kind of, it's growing a lot. It is at the moment, if we all know I heard, it is at the moment kind of at the level where I would normally expect the rejection. Now this is XAUL, this is futures. For PAX is going to be quite similar. So I would expect the rejection from approximately this volume accumulation level, because every consolidation is usually the accumulation of the volume. So right now we are at the biggest volume of this range right here, and I would be expecting the rejection directly from this level right now. So, however, again, I'm waiting for the market opening to see what's going to happen next, because it seems quite strong at the moment,
Yeah, and but look at silver. It's up 6%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why? That's a big move for silver.
I haven't looked at the reasoning yet as well today, so I cannot really say why yet.
Yeah. I mean, gold is up like 0.5% today, but silver is just flying here. That's a huge fall. That is big move on silver. Look at that.
Yeah.
I wonder how much volume there was on this.
It's just 1 4-hour candle straight up.
Yeah, and look at a lot of volume. That is a nice move. And it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, how would you even catch this breakout? I mean, you have to be trading the 1 minute for this. I don't know.
Trying to find the reason why are we going so much to the upside.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if I don't know. I don't know why. I'm trying to look for. I think there's something in the news.
Yeah, me too.
Some more news. I don't know.
Guys, give me 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Of course.
Okay.
Nothing official yet, at least from what I can see. Gonna try to find unofficial.
I mean, could be just a short squeeze. So not to be news related.
Oops, sorry for that. It's my trading dog. He's together with me today.
I think everyone wants to see your. Yeah, please show us your dog.
He's trying to escape now. Come on.
Oh.
What's up? He's looking at me like, what you want from me? He was sleeping. Okay, after. Oh, but it's like a small, fluffy, like 10 kilo of happiness,
Nice. What do you? What kind of breed is your dog?
He's Cavapoo. It's a mix of poodle and spaniel. He looks exactly like small poodle.
Oh, okay.
But technically he is 50-50. He was sleeping, huh? Come. Here we go. Hoppa.
Oh, wow, what a beautiful dog.
We can do it, if he barks twice, it's a sell. If he barks once, it's a buy.
Look, I think now it's just, we just want to look at the dog and nothing else. Forget the charts. Forget gold, forget Bitcoin. We're going to look at Anastasia's dog.
Tradeify dog. Tradeify crypto dog. He needs like
Should be the official.
He needs a
Yeah, it
logo,
could be a mascot.
Or
Yeah.
like a cute T-shirt with Tradeify crypto. Now, like this, I let him go in the office, and it promotes it just by being cute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good marketing strategy.
Yeah.
He's very polite, you can see he's not doing.
Yeah. No, he's the easiest
Get
dog in the
this.
world, to be honest. Honestly, I picked him up from Geneva, and I live in Spain because they couldn't deliver him here.
Oh, wow.
And immediately when I picked him up, we were driving 17 hours to bring him home. And he was like super easy. He was sleeping the whole day, like the whole drive. Super easy dog. You see, normally I was expecting the rejection from here. But it's trying to fly through. It's not really yet for me confirmed as a buy because we do have several volume levels here. And but at the moment I probably wouldn't trade gold because I had this level of rejection last week, right? We had rejected it, we went down. Now next, this point of control of the week, the price tried to go through and then again came down. Now it's very similar situation. Normally, after such a move, it's long. So I would honestly expect gold to continue to be bullish. And if the price breaks through the previous highs, I would expect some kind of pullback and then continuation to the upside. But looking at the structure at the moment, I'm quite bullish on this. I wouldn't buy yet, though. So I'm not 100% yet ready to buy it. However, if I would on the break of 47.74, I would continue holding it until 4,800, which is for the PAX. Oh, sorry, that's a wrong language. Which is for PAX. It would be, let's see. Approximately here, this would be my goal for long. So approximately 47.90, 4,800, like 15 something. Again, but first I want the price to see the price breaking through 47.55, holding, and then continuing higher. So, because at this moment, it can be a short squeeze and it can go down, or it can continue to go up and then reject from here. So, at this moment, I really don't like how it's looking, but it's still looking bullish for me. So this is a riskier ID. This is more conservative for me, and I would go for the scenario number 2, honestly, for PAX.
Yeah, I mean, I have same area marked, and I'm also waiting for price to break above the supply zone and give us some retrace, confirming that we're going much more higher.
Yeah.
Roman shared my screen and I'm not doing anything. Yeah, so it's the same scenario here that if we close above this, and we also have a lot of volume traded in this price, so I think it's good confirmation that if we close above 4,740 to go above 4,880. But this pump is really nice. I thought that I almost missed 930, but still we are not even near market open. And if you talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum is still in a very bad range on 15-minute, indicating that we should stay away and sit on our hands. And Doge also not looking good for any intraday scalps. So I think we are going to copy Anastasia trade today and full port our accounts. Because gold is the only pair which is really doing good.
Yeah, then in this case, we'll have to sit on our hands for a little bit. Because I'm really not... I really don't see it looking too good, to be honest with you, at the moment.
So we have a lot of people asking in chat that giveaway is over. No, it is not. Soon Jonathan is going to join us and we'll do another giveaway of 25k account. So yeah, and we also have 50k likes. Can you guys do it 60? Then I think we might give away more accounts. And now that's totally on Jonathan, not on us, but I'm just saying.
But knowing Jonathan, it's fairly simple. The more likes you get on the live stream, the higher is the chance for more giveaways.
Yeah.
That's what makes Jonathan happy. More likes, more attention on the streams, more likes, more views. So let's do more likes, guys. Let's show Jonathan that you guys are enjoying the live stream. Yeah, gold is trying to go higher, but it's at the moment is that if it's exactly how it happened before. So we had the volume. Are we on my screen now? Yeah. We had the volume, we had the attempt to break through, we had a dump. We had the volume, we had an attempt to break through, we had a dump, we have the volume. Now the question is it going to be the same or is it going to be the breakthrough? I think that third time is most likely going to be a breakthrough. But again, it's my assumption and let's say that it's more of my guess than anything else at the moment. So I don't want to rush it right now.
Makes sense, because mainly after one side pump, we see price might continue higher, or we miss the trade, or maybe give us some rejection and take us underwater instead after we buy at the higher price.
Yeah.
Boris is saying something. You're on mute.
I say I'm bullish with you guys on gold or 5G. Actually, if we look at this trading view tool, it's painting inverse head and shoulders with a target at 4,777. Still awaiting this move. I'm looking at the hourly, guys. I'm not an expert on trading 5G, but I think if we break above 4,720, and especially this zone at 4,736, it can easily go higher. I don't think there's much stopping gold from having a move not like silver, but maybe having a 2.5-3% move, because silver is up 6%, so you would expect gold to at least be up 3%. Or right now it's only up less than 0.5%, so it's curious to see why gold is lagging behind gold so much right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. If it breaks through this, it has a very big potential of continuing to go higher.
Yeah, let's look at the gold-silver ratio, see what's happening. Wow, look at that. The gold versus silver is dropping. It's it's crashing. It's crazy.
You think it matters for the growth of gold?
I think it it seems like for whatever reason, capital is rotating from gold into silver. If we lose this level on gold versus silver, then I think silver is the new gold or something like that. It seems like silver is undervalued or something compared to gold. Maybe we'll see another rally in silver. back up to 100 would make sense.
I think when it comes about metals, we don't really have to do deep research because on X people will start spamming that, oh, look at silver, gold. Because still remember near January on futures, a lot of people started trading silver, even though they have had no enough data about the pair. Suddenly people started switching from NQ to silver only because it was pumping, and now everyone are back to NQ and gold. And I still remember that many prop firms restricted metals because of the volume.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
in futures.
Yeah, I'm very curious where we're gonna get from regarding the gold and silver. To be honest with you, because I'm expecting gold to still in the next couple of months to go back to about 5,000. To be honest, and rather sooner than later. To be fair, because we see that we had a long squeeze here, right? We had a very huge week to the downside, and then the price tried to go back down one more time. And now it looks like we are creating slow rotation towards recovery, at least to, let's say, 5,000, maybe 5,100, 200 even. So I'm quite bullish on gold in general in the moment. But right now we see the same rejection as before. I'm very curious what's going to happen because now, again, let's say if we see the same rejection as we had, right? Chances are we are still not gonna go below this. So only if it closes below 47.24 for the futures, I would consider short again. But if we don't close below this level, so let me just highlight the exact level, 47.25, for example. 47.25. So if we don't close below this level, I would be expecting this and continuation again. So yeah, that's the plan. This is high risk.
Do you think gold can go back to the all-time high, like long term?
Yeah, for sure. Long term, yeah, I think we are not on the all-time high. Yes, yeah. Long term, yeah. Not sure, what is long term, obviously. Not really trying to predict that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What about Bitcoin? Do you think we can get back to 120? What was it, 125?
I think we can. Again, I'm not sure. I still think that we're gonna get one more dip, but I might be completely wrong, if it comes to Bitcoin. I'm just still have the same opinion. If we go back to 85 to 90, I would be it's my short zone from here.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is my Bitcoin analysis overall. So I'm a little more bullish on gold than I am on Bitcoin.
Okay.
For the moment. For the moment, and something can change, of course.
Ayush, what about you? Are you bullish on gold? And Bitcoin,
Gold, yeah,
or
always.
Bitcoin? Or bearish?
Not on gold. I mean, not on Bitcoin, but on gold, I'm always bullish. Not on Bitcoin. I'm not sure about it. Gold is the best. I think when I started trading, gold was near 1,200. Still remember, should have taken 1-2 lots. Would have made good amount of money. After that, we see it at 5,000. So yeah, because gold, I think, is the safest asset. That's why we see always whenever something wrong happens geopolitically, then we always see pumping gold and not have really good idea about Bitcoin and Nasdaq during these situations. So yeah, and we are in a very bad range, and Ethereum is again doing nothing, but more bearish than Bitcoin because it is a weaker pair from many weeks, and Doge is also doing nothing. So we pretty much very slow start in crypto market. So like Chad, can you guys tell us that did you manage to take this daily open shorts, because it's pretty much morning in my country, so I missed it. It was a really good squeeze below. Let's start giveaway. For giveaway, Jonathan's gonna join us soon, and we'll do the 25K account giveaway. Don't worry.
Trying to find news about silver. Can't find anything.
I'm trying to find it on like Telegram channels, but still absolutely nothing. I was thinking maybe like some private info, something, but nothing completely.
I mean, I don't know if there's a correlation, but I mean, crude oil is up a bit. Silver is up. Maybe there's something happening in the Middle East right now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is about the time that Trump wakes up, so maybe he'll have some announcement about the war.
Sats USD moved. You mean Zcash? Zcash is the best pair for scalping on lower time frame. I mean, best after Doge, and more best Tau USD. Look at Tau is also in range. I have seen that these both pairs have really less commission, scalping on 5 minute. So you guys should try it. I'm also thinking to move and try Tau and Zcash. And if you look at on higher time frame, we'll look at this move previous week. So I think I need to analyze this market more before I talk about it. What do you think, Boris? On higher time frame, Zcash looks very much bullish.
Looking at the weekly time frame on Zcash, I'm looking for a closure above $700. If it can break above this level, then we're gonna see new all-time highs for Zcash or Zcash. But for now, there's really nothing to do until we break this level. So this is the level to beat, around $700 on the weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Like this could quite, even though we had a nice run up, this could quite possibly be just a lower high, right? Just to tease. What I can see happening is price getting above this level, and then just massive shorts coming to the market and squeezing out all the buyers. Because I've been hearing a lot of hype about Zcash in my crypto circle here. Like, people are talking about it. So it's a very hot token right now, and usually when the crowd starts talking about something, then it's
Boris,
time to...
Before asking you this question, that what you're thinking about Zcash, I had same thought that you are thinking about shorts in this bull market.
Yeah.
You always go opposite the analysis on high time frame. I like that.
No, I mean, because when you're the highs, like, why would you go long here?
Okay, so let's talk about BNB. What do you think about BNB on daily time frame? Let's see. I think he'll say long.
On daily?
Yeah, on daily BNB.
Well, yeah, I already was long on BNB.
See, as I said, we are heavily down on BNB, and I don't really understand. I think I have to learn your strategy of swing trading. Like,
yeah, I forgot why I went long. Oh, Went long, basically. What was the setup? Oh, there was a reason I went long. Anyway, I hit my first take profit and I exited my trade on BNB.
So you
Oh, but
got
I
to
think
know
it
right
was
now
just
that
comfort.
your take profit was hit.
Yeah. Yesterday it was hit on this candle.
I couldn't find
But I
anything.
think what I did,
Yeah, go for it.
what I was doing, actually, didn't wait for this daily candle to close, but we got a closure, so maybe it's better to use like bar replay mode. But intraday, BND was making a high above this level on the 18th of April. So kind of just went long, and then I kind of had to suffer from some drawdown, but eventually this came up and hit my first CP. But right now, man, I don't know. I'm kind of neutral. I think it's gonna retrace a bit and then try for 685. And if it can break this zone, then it'll go. Yeah, it'll go to 727.
I was saying that I couldn't find anything on gold directly on why gold and silver are going up, but I found that oil was up also 3.5% on the market opening, and oil was up,
Yeah.
including the futures also going down, like S&P and Nasdaq on the opening, because of their conversation between Iran and the US. Because Iran was saying that they are not going to surrender no matter what, basically. So they had quite a not nice conversation. Since we don't really have any direct info on gold, why gold and oil are moving. And I would assume that it's most likely because they had a discussion and people consider this as a confirmation that the war is going to continue. And in any foreseen future, we are not really close to any resolution of the conflict, And with this expectation, they are probably buying oil again as an expectation of the higher prices and also metals. So I'm betting on this because we are past the market opening already, and the prices keep going up. Gold keeps going up as well. Doesn't really show any rejection of anything. Oil pulled back, but I don't really think we're gonna see such a massive pullback, if I'm gonna be honest, because this is gold and it seems like we continue with the strength, and oil was trying to go up and now again is was trying to go down, now pulling back up again. So I'm still monitoring something. If I see something, I'm gonna post it, but that's the only thing that I found so far.
Yeah. Also, this week we have big economic data coming out. So we have, I think, CPI, then PPI, then retail sales. Also, Trump is meeting with President Xi of China. So there could be something there. I mean, I'm not going to ask you this because I know you don't pay attention. Not that you don't pay, it's not part of your strategy, but
Yeah.
what about you, Anastasia? Do you pay attention to CPI, PPI, and
Yeah, I
retail
paid a
sales?
lot of attention to
Okay.
CPI, PPI, PCE data, and so on. Little less in the past months because depending on the period of time, we have more attention turned towards macroeconomical data and inflation and rates. And during the past months, we had more towards whatever Trump was doing. Like Venezuela and then Iran and then before tariffs. And then when we were still in tariffs, there was still more attention towards inflation because everyone was concerned how tariffs are going to affect it. And then the whole discussion between the Federal Reserve and Trump's administration. But at the moment, I think we are coming back again towards the importance of inflation data. So I actually really do pay attention to this because it also helps me to build a framework on where we are going. And depending on how inflation, monetary policy, expectations, housing data, and so on, you can pretty much predict where the main assets are going to go, including indices, high risk assets like crypto, metals, stuff like this, So I take this into account even for intraday trades, because again, I first build the narrative and then I kind of, in the future, like even if it's a long-term narrative, I try to work in the in between this narrative, let's say like this, even if it's intraday only.
Yeah. And isn't like CPI like the Fed's one of the Fed's like favorite data metrics to track for inflation and their decisions?
Actually, it's PCE.
Oh, PCE, and then I guess CPI would be their second favorite.
Yeah, CPI, but PCE is like what they pay attention the most.
Yeah, what are the expectations for this week? Because if it comes in lower, that's gonna be good, right?
Yeah, but it was actually higher before. The previous data was higher than expected as well. So that's also one of the reasons. And with the prices of oil going up because of the Iranian conflict, this is what Powell was stating last week, that he's gonna continue to be one of the members of the Federal Reserve. He's not gonna step away, and he's expecting the situation with Iran and oil prices to continue to go up and escalate, and this will most likely drag the inflation higher too in the next months. That's also why we had the lowering the probabilities of the rate cuts in the next months. Like the next one is in July, and before it was quite a high probability of the rate cut, while now it's mostly towards the end of the year because of this. Yeah. Guys, I will have to jump off a little bit earlier today. Ayush knows. I will see you tomorrow for the regular hour time slot. And for the current moment, I'm just looking at gold and see if we can at least hold above. Like this is quite a risky, scenario now to take. So I want to take a buy on this. On the other hand, I kind of want to see at least breaking through some highs and then some pullback, but realistically, I'm expecting it to just continue going higher for the moment, to be honest with you. But let's see. I also don't really want to over-risk it, to be honest. But I'm very, very bullish on gold. Yeah. That's the only things that I'm going to say for now. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to put a long position on gold based on what you just said. You seem very bullish. All right.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, guys. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Okay, and back to my chart.
All right,
Okay.
Ayush, what's happening now on your chart?
Nothing is really happening.
Nothing.
I think we are most likely to look at gold today.
Okay.
The candle is not even giving us a small pullback. Oh my God, look at 1 minute. Okay, I think I told you about my
look at that.
indicator. It looked like a meme coin. A meme coin pump. Daily time frame.
What the hell is happening?
So it's also, if we get a retrace, it's gonna be good long till 4,900. Let's see. Let's follow the signal of our gold analyst. Full quarter account.
Yeah, I think Anastasia's always right.
Yeah.
People say.
She's saying from last 2 hours, saying that I said Doge will pump in 4 hours. Okay, let's go back to Doge and let's see what happens after 4 hours. I'm not really looking at anything on crypto right now. We're in very bad range.
Yeah, looking at the crypto, not the crypto bubbles, but it's the order flow on AgriTrade. Looks like we had a nice pump actually right around 10 minutes ago, and now we're kind of fading. Yeah, really, Bitcoin's doing nothing. I feel like Bitcoin's been at this price since last week, around 81,000. Really just holding the 80K level, not doing much else. So yeah, Bitcoin is very, very boring to me here. I'm trying to find something that's
Futures
actually moving here.
indices. And it's gold.
I think all the action is in gold,
Nasdaq.
silver and gold right now.
All-time high. Yeah. ESNQ trading all-time highs.
Yeah, and again, like that's concerning because I think I've been saying this since last week. You know, the Nasdaq continues to go up and up and up and up. So is the US 500, and we're not seeing anything go into Bitcoin. Like it seems like now the capital rotation is into silver.
Yeah.
And if you look at like my watch list here, it's like everything is in the red. Like no one is interested. No one is interested in crypto. Why not? I don't get it.
Is it my internet or his? I am missed.
Well, look, my theory is
I
that
think
we're going to see capital rotate from Nasdaq into crypto. That's how we should be buying at these low prices. You're using as much leverage as you can because you don't want to miss out on the bull run because it can come at any time.
Anytime.
I will tell you one
Mostly when
interesting
we are
coin. TRX.
Okay.
TRX is making not all-time highs, but it's breaking out on the daily. It's been in an uptrend for almost the entire year. We had a bottom in February, and since then it's been rallying up. So TRX is definitely on my watch list. It's one of my favorite coins. Let's see what else what comes to my mind. Now even Monero, which I believe we can trade on Tradeify. This one has been. Yeah, this one had a high of 440 back late last week, but this one is not looking too bad. Like it broke out of this range, and if we zoom out long term, this is not a bad chart. I think Monero is one of the better privacy coins out there. And of course, guys, we have Zcash, which we talked about, but I'm waiting for a break of 700. In order for me to get long on this. Let's see, Dash is another privacy coin, but not one of my favorites. I don't know if I can go for this short. But you know what? I think it's very likely that Bitcoin. I still think we're going to guess this 86K, 88K area because we broke above the 21 EMA. Late last week. Right now, we're retesting it. All of my momentum indicators are indicating this is actually a long setup for me on Bitcoin. I actually might go take a swing at Bitcoin here on this setup. Hey, Jonathan, how are you?
How are you guys doing? Let's do another giveaway. That's why I'm here. This time.
Yeah, we're
all right.
How many likes do we get?
How many likes? Let's see. I think we have. It's a fairly good amount of likes today. How many?
Wow, 64.
Oh, really? 64. Shit. Okay, let's do a 25K two-step. Do that. So what I want to do now is I want everyone to write. Just a one in the chat, okay? Just write a one in the chat, and everyone who writes one will be added to the giveaway. And we'll be doing the giveaway, the very last thing that we're doing here in the live stream. So top of the hour, we're gonna do the giveaway. We got Trader Boris being the first person to be added to the list.
Who is that? Who's Trader Boris? That's someone impersonating?
I don't know who that is. It's such a weird name. Man, who calls himself Trader Boris, you know?
Like, come on, be more creative, man.
Exactly. That's crazy.
How do we enter? You just have to press 1, my guy.
Yeah. We got Tarmac Tornado. That's a good name, by the way. I've been trading crypto for the last 7 years without being profitable ever. Have you heard about McDonald's?
Oh, that's mean. Come on.
Yeah, sorry, man. That actually sucks. I mean, there's actually a lot of people, you know, that has been trading for years, and it's sort of like when you've been in the market for, you know, let's say 7 years or 10 years or whatever, and wait a minute. And you're not profitable. You gotta kind of ask yourself, is it because you're not trading? Is it because maybe you don't? Maybe it's because you don't know how to trade, or you're just trading the wrong way. Maybe you're not even trading, right? Maybe you're just gambling.
And you know, there's
Maybe
a
you're
famous
just
quote.
addicted, right? I mean, that's a real thing, isn't it?
There's a famous quote by Albert Einstein, and it says something like, "Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results." So, sir, please tell us what is your strategy so I can counter trade it and make a lot of money.
No, I think a lot of people, they're actually not trading. Especially, you gotta understand, like prop trading. So you don't have this is important to remember, guys. Like, you don't have to be a profitable trader to be making money from prop firms, right? Because prop firms like Tradeify Crypto, Tradeify Futures, and all the other prop firms out there, it's different, right? Like, it's different. The way I see it is, you use prop firms to make money, you get the payout, and then you put it into your personal broker. And that's when you trade. That's where you trade professionally and you trade long-term, because it's two different things, right? Trading a prop firm and actual trading, two very different things, okay? Because at a prop firm, you pay money to be given an opportunity to get the payouts. And then you can literally just blow that account and buy a new one. Like, that's how prop firms work, right? You buy a challenge, you pass the challenge, you get a massive payout, and then you hit a drawdown and you lose the account and you buy a new one and you repeat the process. Like, that's the strategy for trading the prop firm game. But if you do the same strategy in the broker, you're gonna go broke quickly. So you get understand, like, it's two different things. And then you have to ask yourself, a lot of people, they get stuck into this mindset of I'm gonna make it just one more year and I'm gonna make it, and then it goes one year goes by and it's like one more year, I'm gonna make it, and then all of a sudden you're in 10 years and you're like, oh, 11 years, I'm gonna make it. And then you have to ask yourself, are you even trading, or are you just addicted to random rewards, right? Maybe you're just gambling. You gotta, like, these are the type of conversations you have to ask yourself, because this is important conversations to have with yourself, because otherwise you're never going to be profitable, right? You gotta ask yourself, like, what are you actually doing?
Yeah, but Jonathan, actually, that makes me remember when I was working back in TradFi, in traditional finance. I was talking with like different hedge fund managers, and this one manager told me, I forgot what he was trading. I think it was commodities or oil or something. And he said, yeah, it took me like 10 years of losing to figure out how the market works. So, whoever made that comment, you might be on the right path. Just keep trying, like, because this is a journey. And like, if you've been doing this for 7 years, like, do not stop. I mean, clearly you have the motivation and the ambition to become a profitable trader. Whether it takes you, some people it takes 1 or 2 years, other it takes 5 years. For some, it could take a decade or two. So just, I mean, I wouldn't say keep doing what you're doing, but maybe analyze what you've been doing. Look at your data. Maybe, I don't know, ask AI, like input your data into AI, let it analyze your habits and your patterns, and then maybe you can adapt and, you know, come up with some other strategies or methods to trade.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trading for 10 years now, and I think, you know, it took me a very long time to be profitable. I mean, when I started in the crypto space, I wasn't really consistently profitable, because back then you could buy an altcoin, like you could buy 10 altcoin, and then you hoped for one to go 100 times your investment, and then you made money. But, you know, and then
And also,
I remember it wasn't until I went into the forex market, where I started taking things seriously and actually started producing consistent gains in the forex market. But then I think it was 2024. Yeah. 2024 was when I kind of like so I started in 2016, right? And then I went into forex, I believe, in 2019. So that's 16, 18, that's 2 years. 3 years? Is it 3 years? 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm counting on my fingers because I'm a retard. So 3 years I got into the forex market. So it took me 3 years to even look at trading through a serious lens. And then I was probably in forex for maybe 2 years or so, 1 or 2 years, before I was actually becoming profitable. But I was only really consistently profitable for between like 2021 or like 2020 or 2021 up until 2024 ish, because in 2024 something happened. I think that was after COVID. Everything had changed. Something happened in 2024. I don't know what it was, like the COVID regime or whatever happened, and the system that I have been building up since 2016 stopped working. Like the edge was just completely gone. No matter what I did, I was just not profitable trading that way. And it's been a struggle. Honestly, it's been somewhat of a struggle ever since 2024. Now I'm just, you know, investing in swing trading. Really, that's where I make my money, and I make money for like between 1 and 3 months a year, and rest of the year I'm like break even. So all of the it's not like when I traded consistently, made consistent amount of money. I made money every month, you know, and that was like exciting and fun, and a lot of action, you know. But now it's just boring. It's just boring. I look at the markets in the morning and like 20 minutes. I'm like, should I end? Like now trading is boring. Now
It's like, well, the prices either go up or down. Who cares? Go
yeah, it's and for me right now, it's
go to the gym.
Yeah. And right now, most of the time I'm spending on algo trading, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, so I'm 35. That's right, I'm 35. Or am I like I might be 36. I don't know. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember. I feel like I don't fucking know. 35 probably.
Also, what is the definition of consistently profitable, right? Because as a day trader, you can be profitable for like 5 days in a row, and then on the 6th day you can blow your account. So, and saying even as a swing trader, you can have like 6 profitable months, and then 1 month you just do some mistake and, you know, have take massive risk on and blow your account, which has happened to me actually in my earlier days. So what is the definition?
I think consistently profitable is
I
mean, consistently profitable is so the first milestone I would say is that you've been able to have a steady equity curve like for the last 6 months. Like that's the first threshold. If you've been able to have a steady like a an equity curve that it doesn't necessarily have to be super profitable, but if you have an equity curve that is not super volatile for 6 months, that's like the first threshold. But then I'm thinking the next threshold probably comes in like 2 years or 3 years. So after like 2 or 3 years, you look back and you see, have I been making consistent gain on like this big period where the equity curve of my returns are not just all over the place and crazy. That's what I see as consistent. You don't have to make a lot of money, but just so that your overall portfolio, your value, your equity curve, that portfolio is not too volatile, basically.
That makes sense. I like
all right,
that.
I'm gonna be adding all the names. So we got 58 names right now. Let's do this.
Oh, wow.
Let's do this.
Jonathan, in chat, people are predicting your age.
Well, I just told you I'm 35. Maybe you should listen.
Wow, we have 71 likes. It's incredible.
Oh my god.
But I
that's the
gotta think though. Am I 35? I'm born 1990. That makes me 36 next time I'm born. Well, not born, but my my birthday, my day of birth. Whatever.
Okay, Jonathan.
Who cares?
I
You
think
look
you're
tired,
26,
Ayush.
bro.
You
No,
think I'm
it's the
36?
light.
It's the light.
Yeah.
I think I should
Maybe
tired of
the,
looking
uh,
at
Turn-
Dogecoin.
Can you turn off?
Okay.
Can you turn off the light?
No, I think it's in a
Oh, look-
different
look-
angle because they
See,
have
look
issue
at
with
my
the
light.
internet.
Look how bright my light can get. This is insane.
Wow.
Look at that. Holy shit.
That looks like a nuclear blast is about to.
Whoa! My God, look at that. Have you seen Terminator 2? That's like the scene where Sarah Connor stands is like holding the fence.
What's happening with your camera?
Jonathan did the big
Camera. It's not my
backflip.
camera, it's my actual lights. It's insanely bright.
And then
Insanely
I'm doing
bright.
that too.
Whoa.
It's our
Yeah.
it's our producer. It's Roman. Now
Let's
Boris.
see.
Going around.
Oh my God, that was light. Okay, let's go. Let's go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. We got 25k to 20. Yes, okay, 25k. Two-step account. Let's go. Let's do this. S&P. Is it happening? Yeah. We got 10 seconds. Someone's coming. The Viking is winning this. Yes, let's go. Queen. Viking Queen. Now we got the pirate over here. Just for fun. Yeah, just for fun is winning this one. All right, congratulations. Just for fun. If you're in the chat, say something because in 1 minute, if you're not here, we're going to give it to the next one. Let's go. Just for fun. Are you in the... Yeah, Coolwick says my duck is dead. Yep. It's dead. Drowned. We should make a version of this game where we can also, like, at the same time, we can shoot the ducks. So when there's like a... Where they're running, we can shoot. We can have like... I get 3 shots and then I can shoot 3 of them. All right, there we go. Just for fun. Congratulations. You won a 25k 2-steps account. Add your email to your profile and we'll get that account sorted for you. Congratulations, everyone. And happy birthday. Not happy birthday, but happy trading. Yeah. That's it, I guess. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at us. Look at us. We're so happy. 3 happy traders. All right. Hope you all enjoyed today's live stream. Tomorrow we're gonna have a market veteran, and when I say market veteran, I mean Dirk Hartig. He's been in the market for what is it, 27 years now or so. He's been trading for banks. He's been an institutional trader. He's been running a family office, and he is now trading the crypto markets. He's developing algorithmic trading strategies and indicators for TradingView for the crypto market. I'm pretty sure he's going to come on here tomorrow and talk a lot about some of the indicators that he has created for crypto.
Wow.
So make sure you join tomorrow. and
I'm definitely joining that.
have a yeah,
Pretty
it's going to be a great conversation. So definitely join that one. I think you'll like that. Yes, you said can get Trump as well. I would love to have Trump on here. Imagine that. That would be that would be nice. That would
I
be
am
so
actually
fun.
I'm very close to the Trump administration. I could maybe pull a few strings and maybe not get like the Don himself, but maybe Eric or what's his other son's name?
Yeah, get Eric on. We need to pump some shit coins.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you all tomorrow. Thank you everyone for joining, and goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Trade safely.